At 11:11 tonight, two angels will reveal what your partner isn't saying. It's not just about love, it's family. Don't tell anyone. At the hour when the veil is thinnest, at 11:11 tonight, heaven opens a hidden scroll sealed by divine timing. A spiritual portal cracks open in silence, not with thunder or lightning, but with a whisper only the chosen will hear. This is no ordinary hour. It is a coded moment, a divine appointment marked on your soul long before you were born. And when the clock strikes 11:11, two angels, not of soft wings and lullabies, but of holy clarity and sacred flame, will stand at the gates of your atmosphere. They are not here to comfort you. They are here to uncover. These two are sent not by accident, but by divine command. They are heaven's response to your spiritual unrest. They are God's answer to the questions you've asked in silence, the tears you've wept in secret, and the moments when your heart suspected what your mind could not yet prove. Their mission is surgical, to split the lie from the truth, to untangle the illusion, and to hand you a key that unlocks not just understanding and love, but restoration through family. This message is not about romance alone. This reaches far deeper than the surface of affection. This touches the hidden agreements made in the bloodline, the echoes of unspoken grief, the fractures passed from mother to son, father to daughter. What you are feeling is not just disconnection, it is distortion. What you are sensing is not just emotional, it is ancestral. Someone in your circle, perhaps the very one whose heartbeat sleeps beside you, has held back more than words. They've aligned with forces they do not understand, thinking their silence was safety, but heaven calls it suppression. And while they believe it's about preserving peace, they are unknowingly allowing a generational stronghold to remain unbroken. What you feel is real. What they hide is deep. What is coming is divine exposure. But hear this with reverence. You are not to speak of it to them. Not now. Not yet. This is not a confrontation of flesh and blood. This is a revelation of spirit and light. So do not tell anyone. Don't call your friend. Don't run to explain. Don't even share the knowing. Just receive. Heaven says, "Be still and watch what I reveal." Because if you move too soon, you will miss what the angels are trying to place into your hands. This is not a call to act. It is a command to listen. What unfolds at 11:11 is heaven's way of intervening before the seeds of silence grow into a forest of fallout. And right now, the divine is choosing you to be the breaker of that cycle. Wait. Watch it. Receive. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 777 is now surrounding you. By the authority of the Most High, I, Archangel Michael, stand before you now, not in vision, but in vibration. I call out not to the many, but to the few, not to the sleeping, but to the stirred, to those whose dreams have twisted with unease, whose spirit has ached in places words cannot reach. Night, at the sacred gate of 11:11, you are being summoned, not by fear, not by suspicion, but by divine urgency. At this hour, heaven will interrupt your atmosphere. Do not dismiss the tension you've been feeling, that breathless hesitation when you look into their eyes and wonder what they're not saying, that flicker in their tone when you ask simple questions and receive half-hearted answers, that coldness under a warm smile. You were never wrong. Something hath been stirring, silent but seismic. Your soul has felt it long before your mind could name it. You have walked through your home lately with the sense that something invisible is watching. It is not paranoia. It is prophecy. You must understand this clearly. This message is not for the curious. It is not for the ones who dabble in truth. This message is a sword, and only those who are brave enough to carry it will receive its weight. If you have stumbled upon these words, it is not by accident. It is because the watchers of the divine council have marked you for awakening. You are not being warned to stir panic. You are being positioned to intercept the next wave of spiritual deception before it takes root. At 11:11 tonight, 2 angels, one of fire, the other of divine discernment, will come near your home. They are not coming to comfort you, but to confront what has lingered too long. They carry scrolls of remembrance, recordings of every moment you questioned your worth, every time you felt dismissed in your own home, every time your voice shrank in the face of their silence. They have come to confirm that you are not imagining the emotional drought. It is real, and it is the fruit of a deeper disconnection tied not only to your partner, but to unbroken family cycles operating through them. And so, we invoke the light now. I, Michael, the Archangel of War and Protection, stand at the gate of this hour with sword drawn. I call upon the unnamed angel who walks beside me, the angel of uncovering, whose presence causes spirits to tremble and secrets to unravel. By divine instruction, you are being awakened not for punishment, but for preservation. The silence in your home hides more than emotional distance. It hides spiritual misalignment. Your walls have absorbed secrets. Your bed holds whispered omissions. Even your prayers have begun to tremble under the weight of things left unsaid. Tonight, the angels approach, and they are already near your door. You may feel your chest tighten. You may feel coldness in a warm room. You may even sense someone walking past you, though no one is there. That is the sign. That is the whisper. That is the trembling in the spirit that confirms you are not alone in this battle. You never were. Do not be afraid. Be aware. Type "I am shielded" in the comments if you feel the stirring. Blessing code 1144 has been released upon your house. They say they love you. They smile when you enter the room. They wrap their arms around you, and yet, it feels like you're holding a ghost. What used to feel safe now feels staged. And when you look in their eyes, something no longer reflects. It's not anger. It's not betrayal. It's emptiness, as if part of them is no longer with you but elsewhere, pulled by invisible strings that you cannot trace. The 2 angels who were sent have begun to unravel the mystery. They are not showing you a betrayal of passion, but of allegiance. For what you feel is not just emotional distance, it is spiritual deflection. They are not pushing you away, not entirely. They are pulling someone else closer, someone whose name is not being spoken, but whose influence is louder than your presence. Yes, they say they love you, but their silence has aligned with someone else's voice, someone whose manipulation cloaks itself in family obligation, in loyalty wrapped as duty, and "I didn't want to hurt you" buried beneath rehearsed distractions. You ask what's wrong, and they say nothing. But your spirit screams, liar. They say, it's been a long day. But your discernment knows, it's been a long deception. Pay attention to the deflections. When you bring up dreams, they grow quiet. When you bring up future plans, they shift. When you talk about healing, they grow defensive. These are not signs of confusion. They are signs of collision. Their internal war is manifesting in your shared atmosphere. You are sleeping next to someone who is emotionally haunted, not by you, but by guilt, by allegiance, by someone else's burden they cannot release. And deeper still, the angels whisper, this isn't new. This pattern has danced through their lineage before. The silence, the half-truths, the protection of secrets over the preservation of truth. Someone in their family once did the same, Hid the truth in the name of peace. Silenced the real in the name of harmony. And now, it has found its way into your home. You keep sensing shifts in the atmosphere. One day they are warm, attentive, present. The next day, they are vague, distracted, and strangely cold. That is not mood. That is influence. That is someone whispering behind the veil of their conscience, drawing them away from the covenant of truth and into the safety of appeasement. The angels are uncovering the emotional sediment now. Every sigh you ignored, every late-night message they brushed off, every pause before a response, all of it is lining up, not to destroy you, but to prepare you, because they are protecting someone. But it is not you. This is the heartbreak that heaven must show you before the healing can begin. This is the disturbance in your peace that has divine purpose. You are not being tormented. You are being tuned. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. Vili. Grieve it. But do not run from it. This is not just about romance. It is about revelation. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. This is not just about what your partner isn't saying. It's about what generations have refused to face. This conflict, this confusion, this quiet unraveling between you and the one who promised closeness, it is not merely emotional. It is spiritual, in prophetic. And I, Archangel Michael, speak to you now with the weight of heaven behind my words. You are standing in the eye of a generational storm, one that didn't start with you, but one that must end with you. The angels dispatched to your atmosphere have come not only to show you what is hidden, but to reveal why it was hidden in the first place. This moment, this very unraveling you're sensing, is a reenactment of spiritual contracts long signed in silence, soul ties forged without consent, and patterns that echo through the bloodline like a haunting chorus. What you're navigating is not personal rejection. It's spiritual repetition. Your partner is caught in something bigger than both of you. They carry a burden they did not fully choose, a loyalty wrapped in obligation, a script handed down from those who believed silence was safer than truth. Someone in their ancestry chose comfort over clarity. Someone protected a lie instead of breaking a curse. And now, that spiritual decision echoes in the way they answer you, or more precisely, the way they avoid answering you. But hear me, heaven did not choose you for pain. Heaven chose you for interruption. You are the pattern breaker, the curse undoer, the cycle ender. Your presence in this relationship, in this family, is not coincidence. It is calling, divine orchestration. You were placed here not to suffer, but to shift the alignment. You are the first in the line who will not run from what is hard. You are the first who will not silence their knowing for the sake of false peace. There is a reason the tension has increased, a reason the friction in your home has grown. Because your very presence, awakened and alert, disturbs the spirit of dissection that once went unchecked. Every time you question the silence, every time you demand spiritual clarity, every time you pray over your home, you confront not just a person, but a principality, a spirit of secrecy that has grown too comfortable in your lineage. Do not underestimate the power of your discernment. You are not overthinking. You are overfeeling. You are spiritually absorbing a conflict older than your own love story, one that has festered through decades, now brought to the surface because heaven knew you would not ignore it. But you must understand this. How you respond in this moment sets a new precedent in the realm of the spirit. If you rage recklessly, the cycle repeats. If you withdraw in resentment, the enemy rejoices. But if you stay spiritually centered, if you walk with both fire and wisdom, you will be the one that shifts everything. This moment is not about proving who is right. It is about revealing what has been wrong for generations. Your awareness is the altar. Your choices are the offering. And your voice, when guided by heaven, becomes the sword that divides deception from destiny. You must hold both compassion and clarity. Your partner may not yet see the full extent of the influence they are under. They may not even realize the emotional pact they've made with old wounds. But heaven does. And that is why the angels were sent. Not to attack them, but to awaken you. This is not just personal. It is prophetic. You are not just dealing with conflict. You are engaging with legacy. And heaven says, you are chosen for such a time as this. Type I am chosen to break cycles in the comments if this word confirms you. Blessing code 2121 is now being written over your household. Mark this well. Within 72 hours of this message reaching your spirit, something will be said, or more hauntingly, not said, that will shake the surface of what you thought was secure. I, Michael, declare this not to stir fear, but to anchor preparation. The angels have been dispatched not only to reveal, but to warn. Someone close to you, someone who has danced between loyalty and secrecy, is preparing a strategic silence. Not a lie with words, but a lie of omission. A sentence left unfinished. A topic deflected. A moment shifted with a shrug. And while their lips remain still, their spirit will scream volumes. You will hear it in the change of tone. You will feel it in the energy of the room. You will see it in the shift of their gaze when you ask a direct question. That's the signal. That's the crack in the illusion. This isn't an accidental oversight. It is a conscious withholding. The angels reveal. Someone is preparing a cover story. A softened version of the truth. Something that protects not your heart, but their comfort. And the divine is now sounding the alarm so that you may not be deceived. There is a confrontation coming, but not with shouting, not with drama. No, this confrontation is holy. It is quiet. It will arrive in the form of unspoken tension, in a shared glance that lingers too long, in a sudden retreat from vulnerability. Watch for it. Your awareness is your weapon. You do not need to scream. You only need to see. The angels show me now. There is a shift in loyalty happening beneath the surface. Someone is weighing their allegiance, not just to you, but to another influence. Perhaps a family member, a past lover, or even a trauma they have not healed from. And their decision, to speak truth or protect the past, will determine whether the covenant between you holds or shatters. Do not try to force clarity before it's time. Heaven will expose what is necessary without your intervention. But you must remain in tune, in silence, in surrender, and most of all, in spiritual sobriety. The cover story is almost ready, but your discernment will read between the lines. The omission is coming, but your spirit will interpret the gaps. The mask is slipping, but the angels will show you the face behind it. Prepare now. Withdraw from unnecessary noise. Cleanse your atmosphere. Set aside a notebook to document your dreams, for the angels will begin to reveal symbols, names, and moments in the night. Keep your soul still enough to receive. This is your divine warning. The silence you sense is not peace, it is planning. If this message confirms what you felt in your spirit, consider supporting with a super thanks. Contributions of up to $10 help us continue sharing these divine messages with power and precision. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I choose truth" in the comments if you are ready. Blessing code 3333 is now guarding your steps. Be still. Let this be your sacred command in the hours to come. Do not chase answers. Do not press for confessions. Do not wage a war with your voice. Be still and let the angels do their work. Heaven is orchestrating something beyond your reach but not beyond your impact. I, Archangel Michael, speak with holy authority. This is not your moment to confront. This is your moment to receive. For what will unfold is not of flesh and argument, but of spirit and silence. The warfare ahead is invisible, and so must be your posture. Withdraw, not in bitterness but in brilliance. Step back, not to surrender but to see. Heaven does its finest work in the stillness. The angels who surround your dwelling now are not idle. They are guarding your thoughts, whispering in your dreams, ordering your atmosphere. Every moment you resist the urge to respond, to react, to retaliate, you increase their power to reveal. Use this time not to accuse, but to anchor. Anchor yourself in divine protection. Anchor yourself in the knowing that heaven is never late, and this moment, though painful, is purposed. You are being kept, shielded, and shown. And your greatest weapon in this hour is not your words, it is your awareness. Say this aloud, with the force of your spirit. I am shielded. I am shown. I am silent. Repeat it until your nerves bow before it. Repeat it until your tongue obeys your discernment. Repeat it until the urge to confront dies under the power of wisdom. You see, what they whisper in the dark, heaven will shout in your dreams. What they protect with silence, heaven will disturb with symbols, signs, and sleepless nights. You are not missing information. You are gaining elevation. The less you speak now, the more heaven can say. And so, we enter into divine silence, a sacred hush. This hush is not empty, it is pregnant with purpose. This hush is not weakness, it is warfare. As you withdraw, angelic forces are stepping in. Every time you choose to listen rather than lash out, a veil is lifted. Every time you choose peace over panic, a scroll is unsealed. Do not be deceived. Stillness does not mean inaction. It means you are aligned with divine strategy. The enemy wants you reactive. The enemy wants you loud. The enemy wants you to speak too soon, reveal too much, confront too fast. But heaven says, wait. Watch. Withdraw. Let your questions sit in the quiet. Let your discernment rise like smoke in your spirit. Let the angels guide your awareness, not your wounds. You may feel tempted to vent, to expose what you know, to demand clarity. But heaven is watching how you handle the knowledge it gives you. This is your test of maturity. Will you guard the secrets heaven whispers? Will you carry the weight of spiritual revelation without needing human validation? Be still. You are not without power. You are under divine instruction. You are surrounded, not abandoned. Guarded, not forgotten. Elevated, not dismissed. While they believe their silence is protecting them, it is only exposing them to heavenly light. And as they sleep beside you, the angels walk above you, circling, recording, intervening. This is a consecrated silence, a holy stillness. Do not break it prematurely. Repeat your mantras. Journal your revelations. Cleanse your home with prayer. Light a candle not for ambience but for alignment. Saturate your room with still worship. Whisper to heaven in the midnight hours. The angels are listening. The Holy Spirit is moving. You are not out of control. You are under divine command. Type "I am shielded and silent" in the comments if you receive this instruction. Blessing code 8181 is now aligning with your obedience. Now hear this, chosen one. You are not fragile. You are flaying. Yes, you've cried. Yes, you've questioned. Yes, you felt the tremble in your chest and wondered if you were imagining it all. But no, you were never weak. You were always rising. Even in your silence, you were roaring in the spirit. Even in your stillness, heaven called you warrior. This message must enter your marrow. You are not at the mercy of their secrets. You are the master of your soul's response. You are the light that causes darkness to tremble. You are the shift the family never saw coming. The one who would not stay silent, not in rage, but in revelation. The old you would have broken. The old you would have begged. The old you would have questioned your worth based on their emotional temperature. But the new you, this awakened you, listens, rises, and takes spiritual dominion. You wear spiritual armor now. Golden, molten, forged in fire and tears. Every heartbreak has become a blade. Every silence a shield. Every ignored plea, a piece of armor fitted for battle. You are no longer emotionally begging. You are spiritually building. Heaven shows you now, not as a victim of their choices, but as a vanguard of your bloodline. You are the eagle, wings stretched across generations. You are the one whose voice breaks atmospheres, whose prayers shake timelines. Your discernment is no longer a burden. It is a beacon. Let your soul say it loud. I do not chase what hides. I attract what aligns. I do not demand truth. I become the truth that exposes falsehood. I do not fear their silence. I rule over it. Do not let their confusion become your identity. Do not let their hesitance make you small. You are not waiting on their voice. You are listening to heaven's. And heaven says, you were born for this battle. You were built for this victory. You have been called to reclaim authority over your home, your spirit, your voice. You are the gatekeeper now. What enters must answer to your alignment. What stays must reflect your elevation. And let this be declared. Their secrets can no longer chain your spirit. The rope has snapped. The veil has torn. And you, yes, you, walk forward unbound. You walk forward with angels flanking you, heaven guiding you, and power humming through your very bones. The shift has already begun. If you feel this empowerment rising in you, and you wish to sow into the message, consider supporting this channel with a super thanks of $5 or more. Your help allows us to continue speaking truth and creating sacred space for healing. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am flame" in the comments if your spirit bears witness. Lesson code 4444 is now released into your atmosphere. Now the time has come to unveil what the angels have held back, not because you were not ready, but because heaven needed you stable in your spirit first. And now, at this precise moment in divine alignment, I, Archangel Michael, reveal to you the scroll of understanding that hath been sealed until now. This is not just about what your partner isn't saying. This is about who they are shielding. It is not a romantic omission. It is a family allegiance. Someone from the past, someone woven deep into the roots of their bloodline, has cast a long shadow over your relationship. This person may not be in the room, but they are present in influence. And your partner, knowingly or unknowingly, is guarding that shadow. They are not hiding because they don't love you. They are hiding because they've chosen protection over transparency, not just for themselves, but for the one who still has invisible power over their choices. The angels have revealed this. Your partner is entangled in a loyalty that is not anchored in love, but in obligation. A parent, a sibling, a past relationship, someone they feel they must defend, even if it means keeping you in the dark. You have not been fighting them. You've been fighting the weight of their unhealed past. You've been navigating a maze that was never yours, built with walls you didn't design, yet expected to find your way through. The silence between you, it has not been empty. It had been filled with sacred resistance. Heaven has been holding back the full truth until your soul can carry it without collapsing. And now, the time has come. The angels speak it plainly. This is not just about love. This is about family loyalty being tested against divine alignment. You were never meant to stay blind. You were never meant to accept the crumbs of explanation. You were never meant to live in emotional limbo. You were sent here to see what others ignored, to perceive what others dismissed, to uncover what others buried. Heaven trusted you with vision. Yes, it feels like heartbreak. Yes, it feels like betrayal. But look deeper. This is not your ending. This is your elevation. This is the part of the scroll where purpose interrupts pain. This is the shift from being the one who waits to the one who walks in clarity. You are not being punished. You are being purified. What you are experiencing is not abandonment. It is assignment. You were chosen to stand in this place, to hold space for revelation, to steward insight that others in your partner's lineage ran from. And while they may have been born into the story, you were sent to rewrite it. The two angels assigned to you tonight, the ones who enter at 11:11, are not only exposing what's hidden, they are preparing your spirit to receive the divine rearrangement that must occur. You will see differently. You will dream with clarity. You will wake up not just from sleep, but from the spell of emotional manipulation. Heaven is clearing your vision. Heaven is lifting the fog. Heaven is pulling you into the light, and what you do with that light will determine what unfolds next. Type "I receive clear vision" in the comments if you hear this call. Blessing code 5656 is now unfolding in your life. There comes a time in every soul's journey when comfort must be laid down for clarity, when the illusion of safety is shattered so that the soul may walk boldly into purpose. This is that moment. And I, Archangel Michael, declare with divine certainty, your destiny is knocking. You must now choose awareness over comfort. You must choose truth over illusion. You must choose the divine path, even when it's paved with difficult realizations. For too long, you've quieted your spirit to keep the peace. You've swallowed your knowing to avoid disruption. But heaven is not calling you to maintain harmony. Heaven is calling you to activate destiny. This is not just about who lied. This is about what you do with the truth. This is not just about silence in the home. This is about what your soul hears in the sacred quiet. You must now become a vessel of divine action. You've been given signs. You've been stirred in the night. You sensed angelic presence when no one else believed you. That wasn't coincidence. That was activation. From this moment on, you are no longer waiting. You are walking. You are no longer asking, "Why is this happening?" You are declaring, "What is heaven birthing through me?" Let your next steps be deliberate and sacred. Pray with intent. Set aside time each night this week. Light a candle. Call upon the same two angels. Invite them to speak freely into your soul. Journal the whispers. Write what you feel before you forget it. Heaven speaks softly, but consistently. And the more you write, the more you'll realize it's not your imagination. It's your intercession. Fast from distractions. Withdraw from unnecessary noise. Silence the voices that make you doubt your discernment. Heaven needs your full attention now. Speak your declarations aloud, daily. I choose light. I choose truth. I choose divine purpose over personal preference. I choose heaven's timeline over emotional security. These aren't just affirmations, they are activations. Each word is a key. Each repetition cracks open the next level of alignment. You are not who you were before this message. You are not the person who tolerated confusion as companionship. You are not the soul who feared being alone more than being deceived. You are rising. You are realigning. You are roaring. Heaven is still waiting for your full yes. Say yes to walking away from anything that clouds your clarity. Say yes to the mission that comes with your mantle. Say yes to hearing, even when what you hear changes everything. Say yes to becoming the first in your lineage to face the truth and still rise. Your future is not waiting for their explanation. Your future is waiting for your alignment. If this message ignited something in your spirit and you wish to show gratitude, consider supporting this channel with a super thanks. Even $20 helps us continue this sacred work. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I choose purpose" in the comments if this is your season. Blessing code 7777 is now activated over your life's next chapter. While they sleep beside you, the angels are whispering above you. You hear it, don't you? That strange stillness that fills the room just before dawn. That vibration in your chest that isn't anxiety, but awakening. That pull at your spirit that seems to exist just between consciousness and dreaming. That's not restlessness. That's recognition. Recognition that your spirit is being summoned, not by human hands, but by holy command. This is the silent exchange in the spirit realm. I, Archangel Michael, tell you now, even when your home is quiet, the heavens are not. There are conversations being had over your life right now. Sacred negotiations, angelic transactions, divine deliberations about your destiny. And all of it is happening in the dimension just beyond your eyes. You are not asleep. You are being summoned. At 11:11, a gate was opened. You may not have seen it, but your spirit crossed its threshold. And now, in the silence of the night, heaven is rearranging what man thought was permanent. You are not being ignored. You are being instructed. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. The angels that walk your hallways tonight do so with scrolls in hand, altering the terms of the dissection, invoking spiritual clauses that cancel manipulation, betrayal, and spiritual debt. This is the moment heaven fights for you when you don't have the words to pray. This is the night the unseen world bends in your favor. But it will not come with fireworks or flashing lights. It will come in silence. It will come in your dreams. It will come in the space between heartbeats when you hear the whisper, "You were right to trust your spirit." Your partner may not know this is happening. They may lie in deep slumber, unaware that their silence has triggered a celestial response. But while they rest, heaven resounds. Every word they did not say hath been reviewed by the divine council. Every time they chose avoidance over honesty has become part of the sacred transcript now being examined. And this is what the angels say. Your spirit is restless because your destiny is being negotiated. You've been sensing it. The pleasure, the dreams, the repeating numbers, the heavy sighs that come out of nowhere. You are in the courtroom of heaven, and the verdict is being written even as you read this. Not against them, but for you. You are being vindicated in realms they don't even acknowledge. You are being seen by God in dimensions they don't believe in. Your job now is simple. Keep the silence. Do not disrupt the negotiations with doubt. Do not cloud the courtroom with anxiety. Keep still. Keep sacred. Keep sensitive. The angels are speaking, and you must make room to hear. Every tear you've cried hath been placed in a vial and poured out on the altar of divine justice. Every time you withheld confrontation for the sake of clarity, you made a deposit in the spiritual bank. And now the return is being prepared. This is not just a personal situation. This is a sacred shift. Heaven is reordering connections. Heaven is removing veils. Heaven is rewriting contracts that once bound you to emotional imprisonment. You are not losing anything. You are being liberated from everything that was blocking your spiritual expansion. Don't interrupt what the angels are finalizing. Let them exchange deception for discernment. Let them exchange confusion for calling. Let them exchange secrecy for strategy. If your soul feels this word, type I receive the silent shift in the comments. Blessing code 6262 is now covering your household. Hear me clearly now. What was done behind your back will be undone before your eyes. This is the hour of divine reversal. This is the season where the last will be made first, and the forgotten will be called favored. I, Archangel Michael, speak from the throne's directive. Heaven has ruled in your favor. What was concealed shall be revealed. What was twisted shall be untangled. What was stolen shall be returned tenfold. You do not serve a passive God. You serve the commander of angel armies. And the time has come for justice, not delayed, not diminished, but divine. Let every whisper against your name now fall into the dust. Let every false alignment crumble under the weight of heaven's truth. For you have aligned with calling while they aligned with comfort. You chose confrontation of truth over convenience of silence. You chose awareness, clarity, and spirit over manipulation and image. And now, your obedience will bear fruit. Divine reversal is not only possible, it is imminent. That door they tried to close on you, heaven will reopen it wider than before. That opportunity they thought you were too broken to receive, God will deliver it publicly. That peace they tried to fracture, you'll walk in a double portion. Every time they thought they got away with secrecy, heaven was recording. Every time you chose silence over revenge, heaven was scoring your sacrifice. And now the scales are tipping. Heaven is not only exposing, heaven is exalting. The same mouth that stayed quiet in your pain will witness your rise in glory. This reversal is not revenge. It is restoration. You are not rising in spite of what they did. You are rising because of it. What they tried to cover up became the soil for your spiritual strength. What they kept from you pushed you into divine awareness. What they distorted only purified your discernment. Let them watch you walk in clarity. Let them see your glow increase. Not because you shouted, Not because you fought dirty, but because you aligned in silence and stood under the weight of spiritual exposure. You were not weak. You were weaponized. And the reversal will come swiftly. In finance, in love, in clarity, in opportunity. You are not behind. You are being catapulted forward. You will receive justice, not through their apology, but through God's orchestration. Because heaven honors sacrifice. Heaven honors discernment. Heaven honors alignment. And you, beloved, have aligned well. If this message resonated and you wish to stand in agreement, consider giving a super thanks of $50 or whatever you feel led to sow. Your support helps us keep releasing these prophetic truths. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I claim divine justice" in the comments. Blessing code 8888 is being stamped upon your destiny. And now, beloved, we arrive at the edge of this prophetic scroll. The final line of heaven's message has been written, and the angels begin to fold their wings in holy reverence. The clock nears its final alignment, and heaven leans in one last time. At 11:11 tonight, the portals have opened. The veil has thinned. The truth has emerged. You are no longer who you were before this moment began. I, Archangel Michael, bearing witness to every hidden cry, every question whispered into the void, every lonely hour passed beside uncertainty, declare this over your life. You were never alone. The silence was not empty. The stillness was not void. Two angels were with you. Not ordinary guardians, but divine agents sent by command to uncover what was buried and to lift what was too heavy for your spirit to carry alone. Their mission was sacred. Their presence strategic. They came not to shake your world with fear, but to stabilize your soul with truth. And now that their message has been delivered, their wings return to rest. But their imprint remains. Your atmosphere has shifted. Your clarity has sharpened. Your peace is now armed with discernment. This is your turning point. Let the world remain unaware. Let your partner sleep beside you unaware. Let those around you go about their day not knowing what erupted in your spirit. You don't need to explain it. Because this revelation wasn't for them, it was for you. Heaven selected you. Not the strongest, not the loudest, but the most spiritually tuned. The most willing to listen when no one else was looking. The most willing to break the cycle no one else had the courage to confront. You have seen what was hidden. You have heard what was silent. And now, you must walk like one who carries heavenly knowledge. You are no longer reacting. You are ruling. You are no longer waiting. You are walking. You are no longer doubting. You are declaring. From this day forward, your voice carries new authority. Speak with intention. Walk with clarity. Discern with power. Respond with wisdom. There will be moments when you remember what was not said, and it will sting. There will be nights when you wish you could forget the weight of the knowing, and it will ache. But let that be the reminder. You were chosen to know because you were trusted to grow. You are not just seen. You are sealed. You are not just exposed to pain. You are sent with purpose. This entire journey, from silence to sight, from confusion to confirmation, was not to break you. It was to awaken you. It was to strip the illusion, peel back the false peace, and place into your hands the sword of spirit and the oil of truth. You have graduated in the spirit. The heavens recognize it. The angels celebrate it. And the earth will soon feel the ripple of your transformation. Let the final prayer of this message be written over you now. May your heart be guarded by discernment. May your home be filled with light that cannot be manipulated. May your dreams speak louder than their silence. May your future unfold untouched by their delay. May your spirit rise every time doubt tries to pull you back. May you remember, you are sealed, seen, and set. Walk in this truth. Rise in this power. Let your silence now be strength, not suppression. Let your knowing be peace, not pressure. You are ready. The angels depart, but their residue remains. The spirit realm knows your name. Heaven has confirmed your assignment, and what was hidden will no longer hold you hostage. This chapter is sealed. If this message confirmed your spirit and poured truth into your soul, consider sowing a super thanks. Even $10 helps us continue speaking light into dark places and creating divine messages like this one. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am sealed, seen, and sent in the comments if you receive this final blessing. Blessing code 9999 now completes your shift into divine alignment.